As a child, I always liked playing outside and also playing pranks, and loved the interactive nature of these play. As I grew older, I saw like pinball machines and was so intrigued by the interactive amusement of pinball machines, and that's what really inspired me to basically join Namco. But after I joined Namco, I realized that Namco doesn't develop any pinball machines. So what was available as an alternative was video games. That's how I started making video games at Namco. Back in those days, the only place that you could enjoy any form of games or video games was in the arcades. And as you all know, back then, it was a very, not an inviting really atmosphere for female gamers. It was mostly guys, like it was really dark and somewhat really damp and almost maybe sometimes smelly and all that. I wanted to make a game that would be more inviting to bring in the female users, maybe couples like boyfriend girlfriends come in to play together. That was the basic idea. Pac-Man, as you know, is all about eating. It's not about attacking somebody or killing somebody. It's all about eating. And that was a basic concept. And as you all know, I came up with that design when I look at the pizza with a slice missing. Pac-Man resembles the mouth of someone eating, and when we designed the ghosts, the size of the ghosts, obviously, we didn't want to really make them look fierce and scary looking. We wanted to make them the same size as Pac-Man, you know, that they look cute. Back then, most of the games that the boys enjoyed involved fierce looking monsters, sometimes aliens, and it was really scary looking. But since the theme is about eating, we didn't want to use those scary looking monsters. What we kind of got inspiration from was these ghost characters in cartoons. In Japan, there was this cartoon which is called Obake no Kyutaro. It's like a friendly ghost that you can actually kind of relate to and have fun with. And it's kind of like Casper in the US. So that is why we chose a ghost as the enemy character in Pac-Man. As you all know, there are 4 colors of ghosts, and they all have different personalities. The red one is the most aggressive one, directly chasing after Pac-Man. The pink one basically tries to get in front of Pac-Man. It is basically trying to get 32 dots in front of Pac-Man. The orange one is random, basically roams around the maze. And the blue one tries to get to a point where it is the opposite side of Pac-Man. And all those different personalities, these ghosts, you will find as Pac-Man that these ghosts are randomly surrounding you, showing different behaviors, and that's how it is done.
This is a funny part that Pac-Man could eat the monsters too.
We really wanted to make this game a fun and comical game in comparison to all the killings and all the firing missiles and such more violent game out there. So it was about making it fun. It's about eating, and even when you die, it would show this comical animation with comical sound effects. It was something that I created to make people laugh. Creating a fun game is not about satisfying yourself as a developer. It's all about the people that actually play the game. The very most important thing to think about when designing games is to understand how that person would play this game and how that person would feel, how they would react. It's really understanding how their mind works. So creating good games is about understanding people. That's the most important thing. Many games out there are way too complex for people to even consider trying the game. The objective, the purpose of the game, what you need to do in the game, is often very unclear. I believe that game should be clear what the objective is, like how to control the character, what to do, and that showing or presenting the game in a way that is intuitive, what the objective is one of the very important things. Although there are a lot of war games out there, I believe that there are people who doesn't like war games. I don't necessarily feel that it's too concentrated on one variation, but I want people to remember to keep an open mind, to think about different forms, different types, different genre of entertainment. Like an iPad, if there's an iPad, you could think about maybe not just a regular gameplay using touch controls, but you could maybe even rub your iPad under your arms, or something that is innovative and different. That is something that the creators should keep in mind. I'm frankly surprised that people love Pac-Man after 30 years. I believe that that is because we kept it simple game design, simple rules, and lovable design. And I think that all came together to make this game and something that people would love after so many years. And I'm really quite happy but surprised that people love Pac-Man so much. About the singing Pac-Man, of course people love to sing, we all love to sing, but I envision Pac-Man as singing more like Blues Brothers than Chicago, the musical. That's what I so far have envisioned for the singing Pac-Man. Back when I created Pac-Man, the only medium was the arcade machines. If I were to create Pac-Man today, there's so many different platforms and hardware out there, including iPhone and iPad, but one thing that I really want to do is to really develop Pac-Man for every possible form of hardware out there. I believe in Pac-Man, and I put my philosophy in it, what I believe was fun. I want everybody, as much people as possible, to experience that. So if I were to create Pac-Man again, I would create Pac-Man for every platform out there.